Hello, happy Thursday. Let's check on into the charts for Bitcoin today. So, yesterday, 2 o'clock, we were anticipating that price was going to come down and challenge this support level and sweep these liquidity lows on an anticipation to either carry on through or to reject and move to sweep this high and grab the liquidity sitting up here. As you can see, it's come down and has consolidated. So we're still seeing it within this range of the last few hours since 4 o'clock this morning. So basically, we've come through. We're now in Australian hours, about to come into the London Open, and so that's when more liquidity comes in the market. So more traders are starting to enter. There's more money in the European markets, and so that will have an anticipation to potentially move us in a new direction. But while we're here, we have been mitigating these orders. So as you can see, we've mitigated this one. So let's just give the old tick of approval. So we've come down and we've swept this liquidity. Which is now cleaned that up. So our direction for yesterday was a bearish bias for the day. We did get that, which is always nice to see, but we can also see that we came up and we swept the liquidity through here. So the liquidity levels over across here were taken out to move it shorter. So price fell from 2 o'clock, came down, was met by the liquidity at this wick low, pushed it up, grabbed extra sell orders and stop losses for the short bias, so stop people out, and then that pushed it into a lower direction. And so now here we are. So let's just build up some support levels and resistance levels of where the liquidity could be sitting from now. Let's just really lengthen this out. Alright, so we've got one there. We've got another one just there. And so prices come down, wick, lowest wick and rejection into a bullish pattern, 2 hours of bullishness, a bearish wick down, moving on into higher wicks higher. So that is what creates this liquidity grab. So now we have 4 liquidity areas below us, and to the highs we are looking at one liquidity level to come grab and another liquidity grab here. So what we can also notice, so this is still our protected high, this is our protected low on a daily. So let's bring that back into, let's pull up a protected low for here, because now we can see that this is the lower high, this is the lower low, and we will either come up to break this high, which will build a new structure for higher highs, or we fall through here to form lower lows. So busy when you zoom out. There's lots of liquidity zones. That challenge is here. Alright, so we are still looking at coming up to challenge this, but because we have had the bearish move for yesterday, which has come and mitigated some of these orders, this one does still show that there is enough buying pressure. So perhaps we might not come down through this today. We might end up moving a little bit further higher, which is interesting to consider. So what we'll do from here is we'll look at our Thursday. What we'll do is we'll look at our Thursday bias, and then we'll decide whether we are going up today or down today. Alright, let's build it out. Thursday bias. So, Wednesday was a bearish candle. And it did reject off that 618 support. So, silly me, resistance, because resistance is above and support is below. So it rejected off the 618 resist. What we can see is that the Awesome Oscillator is still negative, bearish and steady. The SMIO is negative, bullish, and I would say it's steady. We are still seeing the deviation between the SMIO being negative and bullish, and the Awesome Oscillator being negative and bearish. But because this is the leading indicator of the two, so we've just got to bear in mind that both of them won't fire off at the same time, but we just need to see how the two relate in relating to the structure of the price. Okay, so appearing to be at resistance and moving to sweep liquidity. So we still have the long-term Awesome Oscillator trending down, we're trending up, but we do have lower lows, so that does seem to, we haven't written off the daily bias that we could still be going lower. Alright, let's move back down to that 1 hour chart and we'll see where we look. As far as prices go. So we have got potentially we've got higher lows going on here, not quite confirmed because we haven't crossed the zero line. We do have lower lows going on here, but across a longer term time frame we do have low and we are moving higher. That's a short term micro lower low, lower high, lower low, could be lower high, we'll see how that goes, but we do have lower highs, lower lows, so that is still leading us towards the downside, which is interesting. Okay, so when we have this sort of slight uncertainty in the market, because our daily time frame is telling us to go short, our hourly time frame is telling us that we're going to go long, so we need to see where this price could come up and challenge some liquidity resistance. sweep it and either move to lower prices or come back down to grab some liquidity here and move up to go longer. So I would like to see come down and challenge somewhere down here so in this instance where we do have the daily time frame is bearish, we still have the chance of going long. It doesn't have to be a forever, but we do have to make a small move, but we need to see a bit more confidence and confluence in the market. So I would expect to see this price to come down. Let's draw it out with a path. So I'd expect to see price to come down to here before going higher. Alternatively, if price doesn't come down here, I'd expect price to come up to here and move further down. Let's just move out onto maybe a 3 hour and let's see if we can form an imbalance. Alright, so we do have ourselves a little imbalance that does need filling through here. So nothing too significant. Let's see if we can get a little bit more if we were to put it onto a 4 hour. 4 hours, the imbalance is filled. What if we were to do a 2 hour? How do we look on a 2 hour? That 2 hours filled. Alright, so there is not enough imbalance in there to form anything of any real structure. So basically, here's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the price to either come up and challenge this high at 61,970 or come down to look for a long from the 60,850, 860, 60,850. Look for potential longs in the short-term time frame or come up and challenge the 61,950 and we'll go from there. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.